And welcome back to more Let's Play Sword Art Online Lost Song. Last time we did some of the dungeons that we can now reach because we have the ability to fly higher. The only problem is, well, it's kind of tedious. So I'm actually under the impression that there aren't even that many cutscenes. So I actually did some leveling off screen. We have to kill these guys for quests, but I already did that off screen because of time saving. And I can't actually get past this guy, so I'm gonna have to fight him. So this is the second area of the sort of foresty area. Second dungeon we need. So basically, there's a switch there, and based on the map, there's another switch to the... Wait, huh. There are more areas than there are switches, so maybe this treasure? With a shot? Hi! Just roll and grab the sword, see ya! So I am picking Xenon very intentionally because I kind of actually went ahead and looked at the boss battle and it's actually kind of a pain. So I wanted to go with this character as opposed to someone without as many ranged attacks. Yes, I think ranged is the way to go for this fight. So there's a gate that's being blocked by this scorpion, so we might as well do this. I don't know if I've shown this move off or this move, but well, there it is. Definitely a really powerful attack, but it's at a pretty bad level. So until it levels up, it won't be very viable in battle, but hey, I'll level up eventually. So, this boss is another one of these that kind of distorts the environment. So, we have to... I just can't get used to this, yeah. So, the monster's falling, stay alert. This is being recorded on Christmas Day, but I don't celebrate Christmas, so I figured why not work on a video? Or 2 or 3, I'll probably get like 3 or 4 up actually. It's all scheduled in advance, just in case something happens, like school. So this attack would be better if it actually did decent damage, but it really doesn't. One shot actually is not too horrible because of the fact that it hits multiple times. But yeah, I don't really want to get close to this thing, so yeah, I'm just gonna cast at distance and also talk about some other things. In the anime and the light novel, Xenon actually has quite a lot of backstory that so far they haven't actually alluded to in this game. Basically, in the anime and light novel, she was sort of suffering from PTSD actually, due to basically killing someone as a small child. Basically, someone, she was in I think it was a post office that was being robbed, and then I don't know, basically she's being threatened, so it's like someone dropped a gun and then she ended up having to shoot the one of the criminals, so she's sort of traumatized, which part of the reason why she typically relies on ranged weapons is because of this actually. So trying to overcome her fear of guns actually in anime, but since Gulinkami Online actually doesn't seem to exist in this world, that's kind of a thing that's kind of not as clear. But then again, it's not really even stated anyway in the game, as far as I know. One thing I really should look up is what the damage numbers actually mean. You see, those are red. These are white. So is red good or is red bad? I actually don't know. Yeah, so I need to look up that at some point. So that attack is not good. This is basically just a reskin. So yeah, in the Gulinkami Online arc of the anime, she basically is a sniper, and for some reason, and basically trying to overcome her fear of guns. So, again, I think it's said in the game. I don't know if there's a cutscene that actually made it on screen or not, or if it's something else. But basically, she plays a Kachi because of really bizarre reasons. Because the Sylph class is actually the best with arrows. Not Kachi, obviously. But she wanted to go with a character class that actually has really good eyesight, so she could snipe. And continue sniping. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. That's the dash attack I just did. If you dash and press triangle, you can do this. Takes up a lot of stamina though. Between the actual dash and of course actually firing when using a heavy attack. Oh, it's poisoned. I'm down with that. So yeah, I think she basically has the most backstory of anybody except Yuki. Yeah, Yuki's whole backstory, I've actually read his endgame to some extent. Obviously they changed it because, well, it kinda would suck to do that in the game. What happens. But some of her backstory is touched upon, like why she's so good at the game. And some other stuff as well. So he's a half health, which is good, because he's actually kind of tough. I should not be doing that attack, I should be dodging. So I don't know what his weak spot is. If it's like the glowing points, or if it's the not glowing points. White shot's actually really good on this boss because it hits a lot. So basically I also leveled up off screen. Most of my main characters are up to level 300 now. And you can see this is still taking a very long time, even at level 300, so it's a good thing I actually did level off screen. Arguably, Sinon is not the strongest character if we go into stats. Equips, her bow only does 253 at most, and you have 736 or 556 respectively, so problem is it's hard to get up close to this guy because he has so many attacks. So that's why I went ranged, even though it's technically not the best strategy. So, let's see, the game is also sci-fi gun gear online. Like their lightsabers. Lightsabers have a set of swords, which basically baffles everybody that Kirito instantly gravitates towards using lightsabers, considering it's an online game. It's basically the equivalent of in a modern shooter if you decide to go like, screw guns, I'm just gonna use my pick attack for the entire thing, aka Titanfall. So yeah, and he ends up winning. Basically the plot of gun game online is, or Phantom Bullet, which is the name of the story arc, is basically that there's basically someone who's murdering people both in-game and also in real life simultaneously, so Kirito is hired to investigate. Why? I don't know. It's a really convoluted story arc, and I feel like it's not portrayed very well. Like, it's a cool concept, but it's just not handled well, which is a shame. But yeah, it's not the best story arc, it's not the worst either, it's just mid-tier. It's out of 5, it's literally halfway for me. It has its moments that are really good at least. The action's really good, Sinon's a great character. Though, the arc really struggles with its balance between action and characterization. Like, it doesn't know if it wants to be an action series or a character-driven series from moment to moment. Well, the first season, I think, had it better balanced. We got an emblem with a cat on it. So we are actually outside because we fought the thing outside. There's nothing else we can actually do here though, so all we can really do is warp back to town, drop down, and go back into the thing. So yeah, actually using Xeon wasn't a great idea because it seemed to have resisted fire.
セブン。
キリト君、声が大きいわ。私が町に来てるって他のプレイヤーにバレちゃうでしょ。
ごめん。
ほら、早くいつものお店に行きましょう。
なあセブン、ちょっと聞いてもいいか？
キリト君、どうしたの？
お前のギルドに一時期参加していたレインってこのことを覚えてるか？
レイン。
そうか。スメラギたちは知ってるみたいでさ。なんか嘘をついて入隊しようとしてバレてすぐ脱退させられたらしいんだ。
その名前に心当たりはないけど、そういうケースは何度かあったよ。
そうなのか？
アイドルにありがちな話だよ。遠い親戚だとか友達だとか偽ってさ、事務所とか控室に入り込もうとする人。そんな感じでシャムロックに入ろうとしてバレて追い出される人結構いるよ。
なるほど。ということはレインはお前に会いたかったのか？熱狂的なセブンのファンで。
それはわからないよ。その子に聞いてみないと。
そうだよな。
それじゃあ私はもう行くね。早くギルド本部に戻らないとシャムロックのみんなが探しに来ちゃう。
なあ、またな。
So no closer to the truth, and I have a feeling she's totally lying. My guess.
レインはセブンに近づきたかったみたいだ。
Or maybe she just wants to kill Seven. That's another possibility. Crazy stalker types. Hey, it's no. It's gonna be like new chapter, but it's like no, just cutscene.
だってキリト君とこうして二人っきりでお出かけなんて久しぶりなんだもん。
ごめん。確かに最近ずっと ALO にかかりきりになってたからな。
じゃあ聞いてください。
Just occurred to me the main theme is actually playing in the background. Gee, I wonder who this is gonna be. Any guesses? Yeah, but it's like we played before in the game.
そうだね。セブンちゃんの歌みたいな派手さはないけど、こっちの歌もすごく素敵だね。私、ここで働いてるので、もしよければ来てみてくださいね。へえ、メイドカフェか。最近はメイドさんも歌を歌うんだね。じゃあみんなまたね。ダスビダーニャ。
ダスビ。
ロシア語でさよならって意味だね。
That's something I'm not really familiar with.
でもアイドルってさ、ああいう風に地道に頑張っても全然花開かない子はたくさんいるんだろうな。
そうだと思うよ。でも華やかな世界だからね。みんな夢を抱いて一歩踏み出すんだろうね。
一見するとセブン、七色博士はその全てを手に入れたように見えるけど、あの子にはあの子なりの悩みがあって一概に幸せとは言えないか。なかなか難しいもんだな。
そうだね。
So, speculation time. My guess of what is going on is that Ryne is actually a rival idol. That seems like a fair guess, huh? But that is basically all of the guess I have.
よし、今日も攻略頑張ろうな。
Dos Vidania. So basically, my guess is that Ryne is basically like, I don't know, maybe an idol who basically got rejected or overlooked because basically 7 is really talented and more talented, so yep, that's my guess. I don't know that for a fact. All I know is that Ryne is part of Shamrock. Apparently it doesn't look 7, that's basically all I knew about the plot. We want to work to the west side of the island on purpose, specifically the west side, because the dungeon is right there. It's like, okay, here's the problem with this dungeon. There's a giant looking wyvern over there. So you can see the dungeon entrance kind of on that little cliff kind of thing. And then there's the wyvern. So that's gonna be fun. So let's see. I'm trying to kind of line myself up with it, just so I can just like charge straight in. As far as I know, there's only one of those dragons. Oh, I did not plan ahead. So as long as we can avoid triggering it, then like that. Piece of cake. So there's a door. This is obviously unlocked? Really? Wow, okay. Makes things easier. Yeah, Yuki is like, I think, highest leveled. Even though she's 300, I think she's still closer to the next level than the other characters. So yeah, let's go in with her. I also unlocked the boss killer skill for her. I'm pretty sure I remember to equip it. So yeah, she's... oh, that's not the right thing. Yeah, so she's pretty tough. She's got all sorts of status ailments, which are also good for fighting bosses, so obviously she's the go-to character for this kind of op. And also she has, like, really powerful multi-hit kind of attacks that just decimate everything. Like this. Yep, that was effective. It's like I couldn't even see the enemy die because it was off screen that fast. So, take you guys out and... oh, level 104. That was easy. So, isn't Yuki actually higher leveled? Okay, also slightly higher level. Never mind, but oh well. Doesn't really matter in the long run. 300s are still 300s. So let's... I missed. So... these guys are guardian archers. Guardian snipers, actually. There's a quest for actually taking out a certain number of guardian snipers, so... I'll have to keep that in mind if I want to clear more quests. I actually don't need to clear any more quests, I got the achievement off screen. Actually, without even realizing it, so I actually did like 50 more side quests than I actually needed. How many times am I going to say actually? Done and done. So, guardian snipers are basically buffed guardian archers from what I can tell. Basically a kind of similar enemy. Yeah, this was not the move I meant to do, but it seems to have done damage, so I can't complain. Heal up, I guess, before moving on to the next room. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure where to actually go in this dungeon, because I've never actually done this one. I just wanted to make sure I was at a decent level, so I did a couple, like the last one, just off screen, just as a test run. So this one is actually blind. I don't exactly know how to get through here. This is a side room with a treasure chest and not a single enemy. I will take it. More snipers. You have to kill a total of 20 of them. That's gonna take a while. So back down the hallways, there is another split path. So we can either go up. Oh look, golems. Fun. Reuse enemies, except this one looks bigger. Probably it is. Look more intimidating. That was like an uppercut, if you can call a sword strike an uppercut. Like, what would you call Final Cutter from Smash Bros? What would you actually call that? Technically, it is sort of like an uppercut, like more literally an uppercut. So yeah, I'll go with uppercut. A lot of enemies, surprisingly so. Another boss door. Might as well fight now because we're already here. No warpy, teleporty things as far as I can tell. Or maybe there is. A fan of these. Not a fan. Get it? Not a fan because of all the wind. Okay. So this is yet another recolor. Except the problem is what this guy is, he sucks the first time. So I am not really looking forward to this. Level 380. So start out with that move because it does a lot of damage, and then follow up with this. See, Yuki is definitely a boss killer, which is very much intentional. I would like to think that developers want her to be really good against bosses on purpose because of her role in the series. Again, I'm not going to actually say anything more than that because the arc just came out, so it's like it came out on DVD, so it's like probably not anyone's watched it yet. I almost feel like getting the DVD, except it's like $40 for like 7 episodes. The light novel is going to be like $13 by comparison, so I know what way I'm going to approach this. Horizontal square. Yeah, just chipping away at its health. Not much more to it than that. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see if the game delves into Yuki's backstory first, and then if it does, then I'll have a fair excuse to actually go into spoiler territory. I'm just not going to spoil it in case, you know, Yuki's story isn't actually covered and she just is kind of a bonus character. But to be fair, she seems a little too relevant to the plot, actually, to be just a side character. Characters I can't spoil include, Kuroyuki Hime, because I haven't actually seen Excel World. I've seen one episode and read part of the first novel, and that's it. I know nothing about the character, basically. I've seen all the fan theories. I know more about that than the actual character. Basically, the big fan theory is that she might actually, since the series is set in like 2050, she might actually be related to Kirito. So like a descendant of Kirito, basically. Which I think would be cool, but I don't know. It might be kind of reaching. She's in this game, so who knows? That'd be a time paradox. It's mostly just an Easter egg, not meant to be anything more, but it's so cool. Do that, and he's almost at half health. These bosses are so tanky that these fights take forever, but they're not terribly hard. Part of me almost just feels like doing them off screen, to be fair, just because of how long they take. Just kind of like maybe for the next areas, just show the boss and the dungeon, the basic dungeon layout, and then just cut to like the boss actually going down. Problem is that means I just have to resync more because I don't know how to cut an individual section out of a movie, an iMovie. So I'd have to basically stop recording and then create another recording. And ow, I totally wasn't paying attention to my health meter. That kinda sucks. Problem is also the AI is so terrible in this game that it's really hard to actually get revived. Case in point. So yeah, it's better to actually be on the receiving end of the damage than your AI, because your AI is so incompetent about healing. Like, they just blow items when they could be just using regular healing moves. It's like, why? Why am I not doing a union, actually? Like, why not? So, that, and then I'm just keeping an eye on moves, so I know when I can do the next, like, big strike. This guy's going down pretty quickly compared to the first boss like this, to be fair, which was a lot lower level and still is pretty difficult. It's partly just because I don't have any magic that's really good. Let's see, cast this, ow, or get hit by a rock, that works too. Lower attack. Probably should have done that as well. And can you poison a rock? That's a very good question. Apparently not. Why am I not surprised? So, he's almost down because his little defense is lowered. I should have thought to do that before, to be honest. Would have made the fight a lot simpler if I just remembered the low defense. I'm not used to being the buffer in this party, so it's a little bit awkward having to actually do it myself because I'm just used to the AI, you know, debuffing. Yeah, that's why I usually stick with one character, because I get comfortable with one character's playstyle, and thus it's hard to shift back and forth. Like, it's hard for me to, you know, switch from a healer to an all-out attacker, because I'm used to just being the healer of the party, and so on. But it's down. That was easy, actually. That really wasn't that bad. Other than the one death, just because I wasn't paying attention, it went down pretty easily. So, the warp... Oh. Bear. So... wow. Blunt. Item is an orb. I am really amazed that they're still like, oh wow, we got an orb from this. It's like, you didn't figure it out by now? Got the yellow orb. It's like we're trying to resurrect, Groudon and Kyogre at this rate. So where is the warp? Because I'm just trying to keep an eye out for the warp, but I'm not really seeing it anywhere. So I'm painting the camera so awkwardly just because I'm trying to be able to see far ahead, but to compensate for draw distance. Ah, there it is. So there's still, the other dungeon is on the complete other side of the map, so I feel like it'd be more efficient to just save that for another time. But I also want to go back to town just in case there's a cutscene, something important to do. So yeah. Air dash over, and then fall. I don't know why I did that way, it just felt like doing something different, I guess. We're back to town. And... wow, loading. So no events, so next time we will be tackling the next dungeon of the sand area. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.